ready to take your investment game to the next level? Introducing Digital Investor, your ultimate guide to mastering the digital marketplace. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Digital Investor brings you cutting-edge game theoretical strategies, expert insights, and real-time tips and tactics to analyze, evaluate, invest, and grow your wealth. Don't miss out on the digital revolution. Visit www.nickblacknext.com and start your journey with Digital Investor today.
Dang. Brandon!
Oh my gosh, are you serious? What a day.
What?
Beautiful day. Oh, I'm saying. It hasn't rained here in 4 months, and it's finally raining today.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good. Is that what you were saying? Are you serious about?
No, we got a lot going on in the market. No, I want to really talk about something Justin Sun done, and I'm super excited to talk about it. So,
what has Sun done now?
What has Sun done?
Well, wait. Can I just take a guess in the general range of scamminess, copy and pastiness, counterfeitiness? Did he start?
You nailed it with the.
Did he start?
You nailed it with the first one. No,
did he? Let's see. Is he opening an exchange called Moinbase? Well, what is it? Like, what would Justin be up to that's so original and unique? Since he's had so many unique ideas.
Moinbase.com. Moinbase.com.
Yeah, Moincase.
Actually, I gotta look this up. I have no idea what this is. I was gonna look this up before. I'm sure I should know what this is. Do you know what XPL is?
XPL?
Yeah, XPL. What the heck is it? 66 cents. Oh, I'm making sure I'm got the right thing. I think it's plasma. Hold on a sec. XPL, not XRP. Well, there's two XPLs. There's a Pulse one. Let me see if that's it. No, it's definitely the plasma one. Okay, let me get this on the screen okay, so here's plasma.
Moist base.
It's XPL. Moist base. This is here's oh, I gotta share my screen. Obviously, this is a funny story. So here's XPL, right? XPL has a $5.23 billion valuation. Hold on a second.
That seems bullshitty.
Well, they did launch a week ago. Why shouldn't they have that valuation? They did this. I mean, this is it. This has got to be the right one.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the right one. Okay, yeah, this is the right one. So XPL, they did launch a week ago, right? So when you're looking at this company, you're like to yourself, we could actually go check out. I'm gonna actually go check out the website because I'm thinking to myself, I'm seeing the XP. Oh, it looks like an Ondo website actually. High performance layer one, purpose built for stable coins. Okay, so I'm looking at this and it's USDT, of course. I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, I go over to the XPL chart and I'm like, dang, 5.16 value. That's super undervalued. So what I'm going to do as a multi-millionaire, billionaire, I don't know. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over to Hyperliquid.
Go ahead and get levered up, huh?
I'm going to go ahead and go butt ton in, buy it up to $1.80 or whatever it is, because it's only 50 cents. I'm gonna
worried.
cause a lot of cascading liquidations. So here's what happened, and this guy says it. He kind of walks through it. So I'm gonna tell you what happened because I have Justin Sun's response, and that's the best part. You guys are gonna love this. You're gonna eat this crap up. Here's what happened. So on Hyperliquid, and this is only on Hyperliquid. You notice it's not on the coin market cap chart. That Hyperliquid bump was only on Hyperliquid. So he went into their locked pools and did this. Anyway, so Justin Sun dropped 16 million USDC into Hyperliquid. In less than 2 minutes, he bought 15.2 million XPL, wiped the entire order book, sent the price from 60 cents to $1.80. So like a big increase. That single move started a chain of liquidations, obviously.
People that were short, right?
Yeah, people that were short. One guy, this poor guy, and it gives his wallet number, was forced out of a $7 million USDC short. So he lost $7 million because he was short on this thing. In total, about $16.6 million in shorts. Doesn't seem like a lot, but remember, there's just one guy that did this, okay?
Yeah.
In total, 16 million shorts were destroyed across the exchange. When the token peaked, Justin Sun started selling and walked away with about $14 million profit in under an hour. Not a big deal. The impact was terrible. Open interest collapsed. Fees went crazy. Anyway, hours later, XPL fell back down to where it was trading before the big massacre. And you know what? You want to know what Justin Sun said? This is the best. This is the best part. This is the whole culmination of the whole story.
That's trading or something.
I apologize to all the victims and state that this was not a manipulation. I am just very rich and considered XPL to be greatly undervalued. You saw the site that we just went through, right?
Yeah.
I just considered XPL to be undervalued for that 60 minutes. Then I decided it was overvalued, so I sold. However, you can contact me on Twitter for contribution. Not for him to contribute to them, for them to contribute to him, because, you know, that is so cutthroat. But at the same time, that's trading.
I mean, if you short something, if you short an illiquid asset and someone bigger than you basically swings their dick in your direction, you better duck.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Oh, and Crow. This is a good scam. So I'll tell you why Crow is up. First of all, those tokens were burnt. This is all those dudes should go to jail. Everybody.
This is what sucks. Hey, before you go to this is what sucks is because my brother-in-laws, they only own XRP and Crow. So this pisses me off. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So Crow, the tokens that shouldn't even exist because the company basically brought back 70% of the supply that was burned a few years ago when it was determined the project was a fail. So they were going to do a big token burn to jack the price up. They did the token burn. It didn't really move the price much. Then they just put the tokens back. They just brought the tokens back. As if they were never burned. Like, oh, here they are. Like, what do you mean here they are? You burned them. Well, not really. Here they are. They're back. Like, but we bought the coin because you said you burned it. Well, we didn't. So now they're doing a deal with Wilfy, right? World Liberty Financial, isn't that something like that?
Donald Trump, yeah. Like they're doing a Crow
treasury.
Yeah.
No one on the fucking planet uses that token except for dummies and crooks. No one. It's more dummy and crooked than Tron USDT. Like USDT on the Tron blockchain, which is the other scam coin. This is even scammier. Crow is Crypto.com is a fucking scam. I was surprised they didn't go down when FTX went down. I'm actually shocked that they didn't. Because they're every bit as scammy. They're a bunch of crooks. Even in the OTC markets, you steer clear of those guys because they're just a bunch of crooks. And so this is just another crooked thing. So the price of that token is up is because of this stupid bullshit that they're doing with Wilfy, which makes you wonder. Over at World Liberty Financial, it kind of starts to make you wonder how corrupt they probably are. Because if you're in bed with this company to this amount, you've done some business with them. And if you know, if anybody that's spent 10 minutes in crypto knows that Crypto.com is sketchy. And then especially after they unburnt those tokens, you know that it's sketchy. Why would you do any dealings with them with their token? So, yeah, it's
You wouldn't.
and the people that own it are mostly fucking idiots. It is what it is.
XRP. It's the XRP people.
Yeah. If you own that token, you're a fucking idiot. Period. You might be like, I ain't hating them gains. Okay, cool. When it goes down by 95%, I want you to make sure you're singing that same tune. Sing that same song. Like those people like last month, XRP, we're going to $10. Get past 350 first. How about that? Oh, couldn't do it. But what you do, they talked a bunch of other idiots to buying at $3.49. Like, it's just the same idiots in a circle, man. Oh, are you hitting up Paul, trying to figure out Paula's thing to get her?
Yeah, I fixed it. So, Paula, you can log in now. We'll fix you. We'll switch you to monthly later. But just log in. You can log in now.
So look, in these kind of markets right now, you're going to see a lot of very sketchy behavior. You're going to see a lot of prices going in weird directions that don't make any sense. When things don't make sense, they don't make sense. And stay away from them. Don't try to chase this crap. None of these, when you have people like Justin Sun and all this, that right now, like for instance, if he did that same thing in NASDAQ, he would be indicted by next Tuesday, since Monday's a holiday. He would be indicted for manipulation because he went in and out of the position within a few minutes. That's it. He'd have been knocked, but not in crypto land yet. But those rules are coming. What Crow did by burning the tokens, basically, imagine Apple saying, hey, we took half of the shares at Apple and we removed them from circulation. They don't exist. We took away those shares. We did a reverse split. Okay, great. And so the price goes up because of the reverse split. And then 2 years later, they go, here's the shares. And they're like, but those were gone. Nope, we had them the whole time. And they're ours. And we're selling and diluting the market. You fucking idiots. So that's basically what Crow did. And they get away with it because no one is in trouble yet, because this kind of behavior, they allow them to do it. It's really sketchy. Stay away from crypto.com. Just stay away. They have always been dirty. All right. What else we got going on? Oh, you're silent.
The other thing that was quite hilarious yesterday, did you see this? So the Gemini company, they've launched their credit card, and they're trying to showcase like how popular their app's getting. So Tyler posted this screenshot of the App Store and things moving up the App Store. Anyway, somebody pointed this out in his screenshot. It's funny. So Tyler Winklevoss posted this from his iPhone or whatever it is.
Right.
Doesn't even have the credit card app downloaded. So there's the download button highlighted.
He doesn't have
he has Coinbase. Yes, he has Coinbase ready to go. So like everybody be calling him out. He's like, it's funny you have your competition's app downloaded and not your own. So then, like literally like an hour later, he reposts, oh look, we just flipped Jamie Dimon, and it shows that he downloaded his app, and he's like, it's like, so he had to repost something showing that he downloaded his app. Anyway, that credit card, so they pay 4% on in Bitcoin or whatever it is. So that's pretty, not the XRP one, but their regular credit card.
Yeah. So. Now, Gemini, they're trying to go public, and apparently they were floating this past to people, and they were like, don't go public, dude. Yes, we know that Bullish had a miraculous, but even I mean, I would say this, Gemini is more popular than Bullish because Gemini has clients and Bullish pretty much doesn't. Like,
never heard
Bullish,
of Bullish.
You guys know that whole Bullish thing it's
borderline.
It's borderline. Remember the company Nikola? Remember the ones where they had to shoot the video of the electric truck, but they shot it like it was straight, but it was actually going downhill?
Yeah.
Those guys all got indicted. At one point, they had a higher market cap than Ford, and it was all fake. All of it.
That's crazy.
So
these market caps are hilarious.
They got like 6 people that use it. And it's a bunch of wash trading bullshit. Gemini does have what the thing that was weird about Gemini is Gemini was impossible to get an account. They just made it impossible. You couldn't get an account. They wouldn't tell you why. They're like, "Well, sorry, we can't service your account." Why? We just can't. All right, fuck you then. I never had.
Have you tried again?
I can't say how hard or easy it is. I tried for like a year, and I was like, you know what?
I've never tried. I was actually gonna maybe look at it and see.
But then,
I mean, I think my Capital One gives me 2%, so that's better. 4%.
When they
better.
all got in bed with Genesis, remember that whole lending thing and all that?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I was like, yeah, because, and again, they got exposed, which is they were offering a return on some assets. It wasn't theirs to give. They were leveraging Genesis. Genesis was lending the money. Genesis got whacked. They got whacked. And now Genesis, which was owned by DCG, Digital Currency Group, with Barry Silbert, now they're suing them. Like Digital Currency Group is suing Genesis, even though they're one of their subsidiaries.
So
because they were all involved in financial engineering and bull crappery. And I think it's that one of them loaned the other one a bunch of money in this weird kind of bond. You remember that, Brandon? And then they were like, but it's not really a loan. It's a fake loan because no money was exchanged and all this. And it was just to pad the books of one of them. And Barry Silbert actually almost got in trouble for that. And I think he was a part of it. I don't know, man. Those guys they all do such dirty crap.
Yeah. Kind of remember something.
Yeah. Anyway,
Gemini
I never could get Gemini. I never could get Gemini.
Who has a Gemini account? Well, you're in California. I don't even know how you do anything in crypto in California. You got to use a VPN, but the problem is you got like to KYC sometimes. California's laws, dude.
It's tricky.
They are tricky. They are tricky. The last thing that I did want to read, this guy going off, dude. I guess somebody posted something about Ripple and he went off. It was kind of funny. He's like, there's no fundamentals to it. Bridge currencies like XRP don't accrue value from being used as a bridge currency because each buy comes with an equal sale shortly afterwards. Assets need more buyers than sellers to go up. Bridge currencies have equal buying and selling. That's true. Okay. Because I guess in this post, they're like, bridge currency brings value to the token. Sure. Bridge currencies have been replaced by the combination of smart contracts, blockchains. This is funny later. Number 3, blockchain, stablecoins, Chainlink, which allow for cross-border, cross-currency, DVP, and PVP swaps with no bridge currency needed. That's true.
Right. You don't need it.
You don't need it. XRP has only had 0.014% of total supply burnt because XRPL is an irrelevant ghost chain, lacking even the most basic of features such as smart contracts, forcing even Ripple to issue 90% of its RLUSD on Ethereum. Ripple sells XRP and uses the cash to create enterprise value. This is the market cap crap you're talking. Enterprise value for Ripple Labs shareholders, rather than creating value accrual for XRP holders who capitalize from. Anyway, this guy went on. He's dead right. I am so shocked. The XRP army is they're diligent, but they're stupid. But it's like a swarm headed in the right direction until they all of a sudden dissipate. It's like those flocks of sparrows. You see them all together, and then when they all separate, it's like they disappear into the sky because you can see the whole swarm, but you can't see an individual sparrow. So then that individual sparrow gets eaten by a hawk and dies. That's the XRP army. Yes, that's the XRP army. Well, they're going to get eaten by hawks.
No, it's worse because the XRP army, and this is just the people that get sucked into this. I don't want to call people stupid. Yeah, actually I do. So what it is you have a bunch of people that don't really understand how finance works. I mean, that's most people. It takes a while, as you guys know, to kind of understand how markets work, to understand the yield curve, to understand the irrelevance of the Fed, things like this. It takes a minute to kind of grasp this stuff. It's not really, you have to go out and learn it. So what these Johnny-come-lately to cryptos do is they've been in crypto 14 seconds. And they really know nothing about finance. I mean, nothing. And so then they get these weird arguments that kind of sound okay. Bridge currency. And you're like, yeah, great reset. ISO 2201229er. Oh my God, it's all a big setup. And what happens is they believe this stuff like it is religious doctrine, like it is straight out of the good book. They believe it that deeply. And no amount of facts, common sense, basic, like 8th grade logic is going to convince them otherwise. So what happens is, rather than, learn how the real world works, they just cut everything off. They become like your mean old grandparents that listen to Fox TV at really, really loud throughout the house, in their 70s and 80s, when they've kind of like lost the plot, and they're just like, no, they just listen to Fox. That's the category you put them in. That's the XRP category. No, they're just XRP people, and they're gone. They are fucking gone. There's no bringing them back. They're too stupid. They live in confirmation. They live in a world of confirmation bias and echo chamber. They know they are so uneducated in finance that you'd have to start over at the Big Bang and bring them forward from there for them to just even understand the basics. You cannot have a logical or reasonable discussion with them. There's no point. They believe the zombie apocalypse of finance is coming, and they would rather be broke and poor waiting for the reset than wake up. They just would. They'd rather be broke. And they're like, you'll see. When will we see? You'll see. Okay, well, you guys and Peter Schiff, you guys all, and that's when people become religious about money, this is what you get. And it's not just the XRP army, they're just the biggest one. They're just the biggest group of idiots. And that's why I always used to joke, like it's 36 dudes on John Deere tractors waxing finance with their wives, telling them the great reset's coming, and don't worry, honey, pretty soon we'll own this farm. We won't be sharecroppers anymore, honey. You just wait and see when that great reset comes. You just go out and start picking Rolls Royces is what you do. You just go pick the color. Go get on there and build you a car. We'll be buying it soon. They're so fucking stupid. So when I hear people get like, because at parties and stuff, people are like, oh, XRP. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm not even in crypto, as it turns out. What? Yeah. I'm not even in crypto.
That's funny.
Because remember, eventually it won't be crypto or not crypto. It'll just be finance again.
Yep.
It'll just be the investment space again. And we're starting to see that a lot, especially with the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. We're starting to see where it's just becoming finance again. I mean, when's the last time you asked somebody, well, are you on a digital or a rotary phone? You don't care. It's a phone.
That's right.
Are you calling from a landline or a mobile device?
They're all on rotary, but whatever.
Yeah, phone.
Everybody's on rotary phone.
Phone. It's just phone. Anyway, yeah, they're unwilling to listen because the problem is, 11, if you challenge them sufficiently and they're open to it, it unwinds all their entire belief system. And then they realize, oh my God, I'm a fucking idiot. I've been an idiot. I squandered all of our money on the Great Reset. Shit. And no one really wants to have that thought process. They don't want to go down that path. So they would rather just stay in ignorance. And so anytime someone tells you they own a portion of XRP, just go, I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss. That's it. And I'm sorry that you missed now 3 bull markets. You missed them. Like, just watch them happen. You've been sitting on your investment for 10 years. No, sorry. Not almost 9. Almost 9. Not full 10. Almost 9. 9 years. You've been 9 years you've been in this. And dear God, man. Like, can you imagine having invested in something 9 years ago and the shit has not moved? Oh, man, I would be the worst human to be around. I would be the drunk guy at the bar. You'll see. Great reset. Top that up, bartender. 2 fingers. Like, oh, God. Anyway, And there's a few. It's not just that. There's the Tron people. Although I bet the Tron people kind of know they're in on a scam. Like you invest in Tron because you go, well, Justin's son is a crook, and
he's gonna help me out.
But he's not a thief. He's a crook, but not a thief. He's kind of like a Robin Hood type guy. Like you can ride with him. He's a crook, but you can ride with him. And so people are like, oh yeah, he'll probably do something crooked and make us rich. All right, well, if as long as you're willing to accept that, cool. So there's a few projects like that, and then and then of course. Oh, Brandon, did you see that douchebag Hayden was one of the guys that rug pulled the Yeezy coin?
Yeah, we talked about that on Monday on the show.
Yeah, right after they gave him his money back. What court gives that scummy fuck his money back?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's not even his money. They stole it. I like how they just wiped all that off the thing. Like, that was a few months ago. It's no big deal. It's cool.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Like, really makes you think.
Yeah, like how many envelopes are regulators getting put in their pockets? Like, how many people are being taken care of on the backside?
Mm-hmm.
This is a dude that still has open indictments out for him, arrest warrants, and they give him $57 million? What kind of fucking sense does that make? I'll tell you what. There was probably some bullshit back alley deal done with the Argentinian government exporting turnip oil or some other bullshit, some other useless shit that's on the list of expensive shit. And so that's part, drop this or release the money to let our president go without going to prison. Okay, done deal. And meanwhile, there's $57 million of cash units that was I mean, to be fair, stolen from idiots, because if you invested in any of those projects, you're an idiot. But still, being an idiot doesn't mean you deserve to get stolen from. You need to lose your money the old-fashioned way. You need to make poor trading choices like the rest of them. I don't like it when people get stolen from. That's the thing that kind of irks me. You want to be bad at trading? Cool. Load up on XRP and Crow tokens and be bad at trading. Be a fucking idiot, lose your money because you made poor choices. What I don't like is you load your money up and someone steals all your shit. That to me, that's not that I don't even know what the word for it is. That's not the kind of incompetence that I think is fair. In trading, I know there's no fair and unfair. I think it's acceptable that you lose for making bad decisions or for making decisions that don't turn out in your favor. I don't think it's acceptable to lose to theft. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I agree. We have one more thing. Jupiter Land Public went live.
Land. What up, Jay Land?
So let's go through it just real quick because I think if you guys are going to use it, I want to tell you about some nuances and a little bit why it's a little bit different. So they have some teaser rates here. You can put USDC in and get 20% right now. That's dropping. Sketchy. I don't know where it'll fall to. It was 100% this morning. As people add to the pool, they've been incentive. So they have about $2 million they can give away as incentives to get people to lock up stuff. So that's what they're using to pay these higher yields for a little bit. I'm guessing this will trend down to 8% over the day, and that's probably where it'll land. That's my guess. So you can get a little bit of yield on your USDC. So if you put USDC, USDT, EURC, or whatever, you can get a little bit of yield, okay, if you want to lock it up. This is the earn portion. Now, let's go over to the borrow portion. So they added a lot of pairs. Here, let me hide that. So obviously, the way that this works is you put your, just think Morpho, okay? So you put your SOL in, you get 12.8% on your SOL, and then you can borrow USDC at 1.3% or whatever it is, okay? So the same thing, you just go down the line here. If you wanted to do Bitcoin, obviously Bitcoin doesn't earn a yield because it's Bitcoin. So you put Bitcoin in, you can borrow at 1.3% on your Bitcoin right now. And these rates are going to change, I think, over time.
Probably.
They're going to go. I mean, 1.3%? is free
Well,
money.
right. So what happens is the more borrowing that occurs, that means people are leaning on the USDC side of that. And so as USDC is leaving, that's the same thing as any other yielding pool, any other pool where if one side of the token drops, you have that impermanent loss, but we would see the impermanent loss as it permeates into the borrowing rate. That's where you would see it.
Yeah, that's where you see it because their risk goes up as people get closer to that top line of the borrow, then their risk goes up. So they're going to increase the rate. But this is subsidized right now. So there's extremely low rates right now for the next 3 months, they said. But that being said, if this gets, so right now there's 260K borrowed against 550K or whatever it is. And there's a ton of different pools. So you guys can go through them if you want to. There's millions. I think there's $150 million that got locked up in the first 10 minutes or something like that. Anyway, so you guys can go through and check these rates, see if they're like amicable to you guys. But I would go recheck them almost daily because you never know when they could spike up because this is a brand new lending thing. I don't think that I think they are compressing it, and I do think it's going to be something that's competitive to Morpho. So I don't think that these rates will go above like 5%. Coinbase, any Bitcoin or anything.
I didn't see Ethereum in there.
Yeah, actually, I hit them up already because like what the flip. But at the same time, I wouldn't go. It's like you and I were talking, Nick. If I can't use wrap staked Ethereum, I don't know that I want to lend because I'm getting more for my 3% yield than I would be if I was paying 1.7 because right now my Ethereum loan's 3%.
Right.
Like I'm making more because I have 100% locked up and I'm only borrowing 50, 60, 70%. So I'm making more on the wrap staked Ethereum. So I'm going to leave that over on Ethereum anyway. The only thing that I would consider moving potentially, I don't think I will either just because it's a pain, but like is the CBBTC. So any of the Bitcoin because 1.3% is juicy. So if you wanted an easiest play, right? And you don't want to like high stress anything out, or you don't want to like go take money and put it into the options market, which that would be better. But like if you wanted an easy play, you would take your Bitcoin, just to bridge it over to Solana or whatever into CBBTC at a 1-to-1 rate. You would go park it up here, borrow 50% of it at 1.3%, and then take it and put the USDC over here and get 16%. So
but again, that too is a subsidized rate, which, well,
it's going to drop down. No, it'll stop down at about 8%, 9%. Even DeFi Tuna is 7%, Huma's 10%. On Solana, if you're not getting about 10% on your USDC, you're an idiot.
And so what is this for those of you that are kind of interested? This is a crypto carry trade. That's all that is. So
yes,
there are a variety of crypto carry trades, and that's exactly what. So when you see the yen carry trade is unwinding, you can start to think back to this kind of scenario where you would take your Bitcoin, swap it for USDC, go park the USDC because the borrowing rate on the USDC is lower than the lending rate you get paid for USDC. Therefore, you keep the spread, and that, my friends, is a carry trade. That simple. Easy. And just you can replace bits and pieces of that with collateral and things like that, but you still have essentially the same thing. So if you don't think that these kinds of things are going to be juicy to traditional investors, they will be. Well, actually, I won't say traditional investors. Traditional investors are not in carry trade, but professional traders at high level. The problem is
institutional traders love these spreads. They love these spreads.
It's just
as long as
that's the problem right now is liquidity. Like $150 million market is not big enough for anybody in the carry trade that's working for a fund or an endowment. They're doing it with $200 million a day. So
minimum.
that would wipe out every single pool on this entire platform in one. There's not enough heat for these guys to come over. But in the future, you're going to see versions of this available with rates that more approach market rates. And then what you'll see is the difference in rates. For instance, the excess that you might get paid in crypto will basically be equal to the amount of middlemen and rent seekers that have been pushed out of the space. So you'll see the traditional markets and you'll see those carry rates, and then you'll see the crypto markets and those carry rates, basically, which is the overall arbitrage. And you'll go, oh, the crypto one is better because they've removed 17 people. And there'll be some tiny little spread, that premium, that we'll be able to reduce it. We can't do that yet because these markets are illiquid. So the spreads are, there's these big blown out spreads and look all crazy. But don't think that these kinds of things are not juicy and at least enticing to more legacy financial people. It's just that the numbers aren't big enough for them to participate. That's why I think when the in-kind redemptions was, it's no coincidence that when in-kind redemptions were being talked about a few weeks ago, that they also increased the contract sales limit from 25,000 contracts a week in these ETFs to 250,000 contracts a week. So that now you can bring in billionaires. And if they just open 2 accounts, right? So like, oh, I can only have 250,000 in this account. Cool. Well, I'll open a sub account. Now I can do 250,000 in this account, 250,000 in this account. So now you start to see, oh gosh, billions, billions, billions. Now you can start stacking 25,000 contracts. No, I mean, we're already doing what, 3,000 contracts a week, something like that.
Yeah.
So we'd be
That's crazy.
Yeah, we'd be like 15% of the way towards the original limits. That means we'd be pushing them limits in like a year and a half, but not now, baby. Not now. 250,000 contracts a week. Shazaz. Anyway, yeah. All right.
I actually, I know it's crazy. I bet you're one of the bigger accounts trading that contract pool weekly.
Probably. Yeah, because
maybe.
The spreads are so big. Yeah.
Yeah.
The spreads are still not good. I mean, they're not great. It's 5 cents. It's way too much. It should be 1 to 2 cents.
Yeah.
But those days will come because when they officially say yes to in-kind redemptions, yes, for sure. And they have the framework, dude, think of all these Ethereum whales. Well, think about what Tom Lee and those guys could do. They could come in with all their Ethereum. They could swap it swap some of it. They probably do it as like a treasury function. They take some of it and swap it, especially when you have staking in the ETFs. Swap some of it for the ETF and then start selling calls way out of the money. You don't think they're going to try to monetize the shit out of that or create like a bond, which they offer? Like they could have their own bond. So imagine this. Oh, the BitMiner bond pays 8.9%. Holy smokes. How do they do it? Well, it's easy. They take a chunk of the cash that's for that bond. They swap it from Ethereum, which they purchase to create buy-side bias. Then they go and swap it for the ETF. They're still getting their staking rewards. And now they sell out of the money calls. So they're making premium on that. They make 65% a year and they pay you 9. Bitcoin or BitMiner Ethereum bond. Yeah. And they keep the spread. Don't ask questions. So this kind of stuff is coming. It's delicious. All right, Brandon, should we get behind the wall and then talk about what we think the play is today, dealing with NVIDIA earnings coming and what we think we're seeing in the markets?
Yeah, let's walk through that.
Activities. There's some activities. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here and here.
Going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.